say at the end of, say, Act 3. It's probably the logical place.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. All right. So anyways, so yeah, is there, I guess we can now get started. So hi, my name is Paul Sugarman. I'm founder of the Instant Shakespeare Company. We're in our really 21st season of reading all of Shakespeare's plays every year. And now we're doing them on Zoom. And so tonight our presentation is Twelfth Night, or What You Will, playmastered by Jennifer Finger. And now I'm going to introduce the cast and we will get started. Mary Lou, you're muted. So unmute yourself, say your name and what part you're playing, and then you can remute yourself, or you can turn off your video now. All right, there you are. Okay, so Mary Lou, just unmute yourself. You're still muted. You can say hello, and then you can. All right, they're all right next to each other. The stop video and the mute things.
I can't.
So, let's try. Okay, Missy, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Missy Mendoza. I'm going to be playing Antonio and First Officer.
All right, great. Thanks, Missy. And now, Bill.
I'm a captain. Oh, captain, I'm going to be, and maybe Sebastian and Second Officer.
All righty, and Mary Lou. Now you seem to be unmuted.
Yes. Hi, I'm Mary Lou, and I'm playing Curio, the servant.
Great. Thank you. And guys, after you introduce yourself, you can mute yourself and turn off your video. And but I also need to remember. Oh, Anton is here. So so we do have our Sebastian. I'm going to promote him to panelist. We still don't have our Festi yet. So
There she is.
There she is. Is she there?
Yes, I'm here. I couldn't get the panelist link to actually work. So
Everybody had that problem.
Yeah, it didn't start before 7:30. So that if people tried before 7, it wasn't going to work. That's what I'd said in my note. And anyways, so let's continue on and introduce the rest of the people. Christine.
Hello, Christine Grenier. I'll be reading Mariah.
Thank you, Christine. Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'll be reading Fabian.
All right, great. Thanks, Warren. Anton.
I'll be reading Sebastian.
All righty. And Michael.
Sir Toby Belch. Michael Gardner.
And Tony.
Hello, I'm Tony Scheinman, and I shall be reading the part of Sir Andrew Aguchi.
Oh, fabulous.
And Derek.
Hey, I'm Derek Tarzan. I'm playing Malvolio.
All right. And Kenneth.
Kenneth Wayne. I'm Duke Orsino.
And Julie.
Oh, hi. I'm Julie Kirshner. I'm playing Olivia.
All right, Julie.
All right. And our playmaster and Viola, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Finger. I'm playing Viola, and I'm also the playmaster for this production.
All righty. So, and yes.
I'm Eleanor. I'm Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman, playing Festa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. And is that, I think, okay. All righty then. So let us then begin with Twelfth Night, or What You Will, by William Shakespeare. Actus primus, scena prima. Enter Orsino, Duke of Illyria, Curio, and other lords.
Music be the food of love. Play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again. It had a dying fall, Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet south that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, naught enters there, of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement and low price even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. How now, what news from her?
Enter Valentine.
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid you return this answer. The element itself tells 7 years' heat shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress she will veil it walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, he that hath a heart of that fine flame to pay this debt of love but to a brother, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with one self king, away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Scena secunda. Enter Viola, a captain, and sailors.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother, and so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, show yourself. After our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both reaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see.
For saying so, this gold, mine own escape unfolded to my hope, whereto my speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours travail from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature, as in name.
What is his name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late, but for a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle off, that he did seek the love of a fair Olivia rather.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, then I served that lady. It might not be delivered to the world till I have made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of sweet, no, not the duke's.
There's a fair behavior in thee, captain, and of that nature with the beauteous wall doth off close and pollution. Yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke, Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him, and may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth the service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
Thank me. Lead me on.
Exeunt, Scena tertia. Enter Sir Toby and Mariah.
I'm trying to get there, and I don't know why I can't get on. Oh God, let me get my video on. Sorry. I don't
Sir
understand.
Toby.
Hold on. Oh man, I'm sorry, loves. I'm trying to get my video on. I'm trying to start my video. Give me 2 seconds, loves. 2 seconds, and I'm with you. All right. Am I on? Jesus, man.
No, I'm afraid you're not.
I'm trying to get.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
All right, just give me a second. I'll be right there. I gotta
You're on. You're on. You're on.
I'm on. Okay. All right. What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus. I am sure care's an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Agucheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall as man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie, that you say so. He plays on the violin de gambos, speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, with all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a costrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn to like a parish top. What wench? Castiano Volgo, for here he comes. Sir Andrew Agueface.
Enter Sir Andrew.
Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Ooh, bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
A good mistress accost. I desire a better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Oh, a good mistress Mary accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
Oh, by my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
Now let's till part so, Sir Andrew, would thou smite never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress. I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir. I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Thanks up, Mariah.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
Oh, and I thought that I'd forswear it. Oh, I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? Oh, I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hast thou had an excellent head of hair?
Why, would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not cool my nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does not?
Excellent! It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Oh! Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it. There's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Thou art good at those kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Where are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mistress Mal's picture? What does I now go to church in a galliard and come home in a caranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water but in a syncopace. What does thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by that excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed unto the star of Galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a damned coloured stock. Shall we set about some revels?
Yes, what shall we, yes, what is your, I lost my place. Yes, what shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus? That's sides and heart.
No, sir, it is legs and thighs. Let me see the caper.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Exeunt. Scene quarta. Enter Valentine and Viola in man's attire.
If the Duke continues these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
Either his humor or my negligence that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
Enter Duke, Curio, and attendants.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, huh?
And your attendants, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul, therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her, be not denied access, stand at her doors, and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say, I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. They shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than Rubius. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him. All, if you will, for I myself am best, when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady, yet a bareful strife. Whoe'er I will, myself will be his wife.
Exeunt. Scena Quinta. Enter Maria and Clown.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang me for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good London answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born, though, of I fear no colors.
Where would Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that may you be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You're resolute then.
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or that if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely where you best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Ah, those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I'm sure I lack thee. May pass for a wise man. For what says Quintupulus? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Oh, too, you are a dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
True faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bad take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade thee take away you.
Misprision in the highest degree. Lady, cucullus non facit manatrum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Go make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll buy your proof.
Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
Oh, what think you of this fool Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing of your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for tuppence that you are no fool.
I'll say to that, Malvolio.
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gauged. I protest I take these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools no better than the fools' zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander in a loud fool, though we do nothing but rail. No, nor railing in a known discreet man, though we do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speaks well of fools.
Enter Mariah.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. And go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home, what you will, to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoken for us, Madonna, as if thine eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains, for here he comes.
Enter Sir Toby.
One of thy kin has a most weak...
Mine
Yeah,
honor.
master.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
Gentlemen.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
I'll tell you as soon as I get to my friggin' script. This give me a hard time. Just a gentleman here, playing on these pickled herrings. Got me? Just a gentleman. Can you hear me?
You forgot how now sought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How now sought?
Good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. One at the gate.
Oh. I marry. What is he?
Let him be the devil and he will, I care not. Give me faith, say I. That's all one.
Oh, what's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool. The second mads him, and a third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit in my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go you, look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Enter Malvolio.
Madam, yond young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on to him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter of a bench, but he'll speak with you.
Oh, what kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Of very ill a manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Not old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peas cod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favored, and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Oh, let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Exit. Enter Mariah.
Give me my veil, cousin. Throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Enter Violenta.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her, your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I will be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even its least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say a little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house that may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very pains of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at the gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. It is not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am here to haul a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Oh, sure you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity, to any other's profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
He answered by the method and the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, to endure wind and weather.
His beauty truly blent, his red and white, nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so far. So forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You're too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, that you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Oh, your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous. I know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you and my master slain, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of content love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Howl your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia. Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth. You should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state as well, I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him sin no more, unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Oh, fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no fee post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint, that you shall love, and let your fervor like my master's be, placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
Exit.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Oh, not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth a creeping at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Enter Malvolio.
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not, take him, tell him, I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. Well, if the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Here, hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
Exit.
I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer from my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Finis, actus primus, actus secundus, scena prima. Enter Antonio and Sebastian. Antonio.
Oh, I'm here. I just hold on. I'm okay. Yes. Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours, therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I might bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me know of you, whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir, my determined voyage is mere extravagancy, but I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners, the rather to express myself. You must know of me then Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful, but though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her resemblance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once, my bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the court of Sino's court. Farewell.
Exit.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Exit. Scena secunda. Enter Viola and Malvolio at several doors.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord in a most desperate assurance. She will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hearty as to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of it. Receive it.
She took this ring from me. I'll none of it.
Okay.
Sir, peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies, in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside hath not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed so much, that methought her eyes have lost her tongue. For she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this trellish messenger. None of my lord's ring, but he sent her none. I am the man if it be so as 'tis. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness, when the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made, if such we be. Oh, this Fadge, my master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fawn as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, oh, alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Scene at Tertia. Enter Sir Toby and Sir Andrew.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes. In a cruce daddy. Thou knowest.
Nay, by my troth I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marian, I say, a stoup of wine.
Enter Clown.
Ah, here comes the fool, faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now, let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool hath. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night, when thou spokest of Pigronometus, of the Vapians passing the equinoctial of Quicobus. It was very good, i' faith. I sent thee sixpence for thy leman. Hadst it?
I did impeticus thy gratuity, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
Yeah, there's a sixpence for you. Let's have a song.
There's a testicle of me too, if one night giver.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song. Love song.
Aye, I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Tread no further, pretty sweeting, journeys and in lovers' meeting, every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good, i' faith.
Good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
Oh, mellifluous voice says I am true knight.
Contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, i' faith.
Oh, to hear by the noise, it is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl into catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me. Let's do it. I'm a dog at a catch.
By your lady, sir? And some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace. I shall be constrained to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins. Hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good in faith. Come, begin. Hold thy peace. I pray thee, hold thy peace. Thou knave, thou knave.
Caterwauling do you keep here?
Peace. I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Oh.
Thou knave.
If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's a Aeon. We are politicians. Malvolio's a Pega Ramsey. And 3 merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady, there dwelt a man in Babylon. Lady.
May the night's in admirable fooling.
Aye, he does well enough if he be so disposed, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December, my crew...
Oh, God, peace.
Enter Malvolio.
My masters, are you mad, or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house, that ye squeak out your cozier's catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of places, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you.
Ooh.
My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Hey, good Sir Toby.
His eyes to show his days are nearly done.
Is even so?
But I will never die.
Dear Toby, there you lie.
This is much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What if he fell?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
No. You dare not.
Out of tune, sir, you lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by Saint Anne and ginger shall be hot in the mouth, too.
Thou art right. Go, sir. Rub your chain with crumbs. A stop of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this act.
Exit.
Oh, shake your ears.
'Twere as good a deed as to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of his counts was here with my lady today, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, do not I think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he's kind of a Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constant but a time pleaser, an infectioned ass, that constant without book and utters is by great swarths the best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all look on him, love him. And on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What will thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expressure of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly persuaded. I can write very like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop that they come from my niece and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warned you. I know my physic will work with them. I will plant you two and let the fool make a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night to bed and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a big old truebred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hast need to send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, come. I'll go burn some sack. It's too late to go to bed now. Come on, knight.
Exeunt. Scena quarta. Enter Duke, Viola, Curio, and others.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times come but one verse.
He is not there, so please your lordship that should sing it.
Who was it?
Festa the jester, my lord, for a fool that the lady Olivia's father had much delight in when he was about the house.
Seek him out and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, and the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon's young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is't?
Of your complexion.
She's not worth thee then. What years of faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself, so where she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think you well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed doth fall that very hour.
So they are. Alas, that they are so, to die, even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come. Fellow, come. The song we had last night, mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun and the free maids that weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love like the old age. Am I ready?
Where's Festi? Curio, I thought you were getting Festi. Where's Festa the Jester? Is there a clown in the house?
The Duke is waiting upon his song.
Yes, I'll do it until she comes. Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save. Lay me you where. Sad true lover, never find my grave to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere, for that's it that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Exit.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her I hold as guiltily as fortune. What is that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in attracts my soul?
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, has for your love as great a pain of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must you not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can buy the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much they lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver but the palate that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter who loved a man as it might be perhaps. Were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm of the bud feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will. For still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place by no denay.
Exeunt. Scena Quinta. Enter Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose the scruple of the sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exalt man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue. Shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Enter Maria.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my medal of India?
All three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there. For here comes the trout that must be caught with tickle.
Exit. Enter Malvolio.
Is but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. Oh, how he jets under his advanced plume.
Slight, I could so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue.
Pistol him! Pistol him!
Peace, peace, peace.
There's an example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel!
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. Oh, look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Oh, fire and brimstone.
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travail of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace, peace, peace. Now.
7 of my people with an obedience start to make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with some rich jewel.
Ooh.
Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow on the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab.
Oh, nay, patience. Oh, we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Peace and the spirit of humor is in it. Intimate reading aloud to him.
Why, my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very sews, her C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is contempt of question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? Why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. By your leave, wax soft, and the impressure her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal, 'tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered, no man must know. Oh, if this should be thee, Malvolio!
Very angry, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silent like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Oh, a fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
With what wing the stallion checks at it?
I may command where I adore. Right. She may command me, I serve her, she is my lady. Why, this is evident in any formal capacity. There is no obstruction of this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that. He is now at cold scent.
So we'll cry upon it for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio. M. Why, that begins my name.
Did not I say he would work it out? The cure is excellent in faults.
M. But then there is no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had an eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush us a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are become great. Some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hand. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough, and appear fresh. Be opposite with the kinsmen, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee. Oh, that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished thee ever cross-guarded. I say remember. Go to, Thou art made if thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee. The unfortunate, unhappy daylight and champion discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point devised, the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. Oh, I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Oh, here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile. Dear, oh my sweet, I prithee. Oh Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I will not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands. In exchange for this gossip.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her, but such is another jest.
Nor I neither. Oh, here comes my noble gall catcher.
I'll set thy foot on my neck.
Or mine either.
Oh, shall I play my freedom at trade trip and become thy bond slave?
If they or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that with the image of Elysium, he must run mad.
Nay, but sing true. Did it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will, then, see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which she will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn into a notable content. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
Excellent. Finis actus secundus, actus tertius, sine prima. Enter Viola and Clown.
Say, friend, in thy music, dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
Ah, so thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him, or the church stands by thy tabor, thy tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I wish, therefore, my sister had had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgrace them.
The reason, man?
Troth, sir, I can yield thee none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
Warren, thou art a merry fellow and cares for nothing.
Not so, sir, I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it might make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir, the Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are as like husbands as pilchers are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, doth walk about the orb like the sun, it shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me. I'll no more with thee. Hold there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove in his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one. Who would not have it grow on my chin? Is that lady within?
Oh, would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandersuffragia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir, begging, but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will conster to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would are out of my welcome. Welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
Exit.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool. And to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons, and the time. Unlike the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. For folly that he wisely shows is fit, but wise men's folly fond quite taint their wit.
Enter Sir Toby and Andrew.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Dieu vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi votre serviteur.
Oh, I hope so, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them in motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean a go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
Oh, that youth's a rare courtier. Rain odors. Well.
My matter hath no voice, lady, but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafe care.
Odors, pregnant, and vouchsafed. I'll get 'em all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Dario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. You are servant to the Lord Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him, for his thoughts would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to weigh your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady,
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment, you did hear a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servants, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force on you in a most shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it all with the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? Through one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not otherwise. For 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Well, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh, world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much better to fall before the lion than the wolf.
Clock strikes.
Oh, the clock upbraids me with this waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you, and yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
And westward ho. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing matter to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
I think so. I think the same of you.
And think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I'm your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempted anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. O Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so much. Maugre were all thy pride, no wit, no reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo. Thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall be mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam, nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
Exeunt, Scena Secunda, enter Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
Oh, no, Faith! I'll not stay a jot longer!
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favours to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see the wild old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
Oh, this is a great argument of love in her toward you.
Slight! Will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this is balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
And to be anyway, it must be with valor. For policy I hate. I had as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Yeah, go. Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the licenses of ink. If thouest him thou some thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie on thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of war in England, set him down. Go about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink. Thou write with a goose, though thou write with a goose pen, no matter about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
Exit Sir Andrew.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
Yeah, I've been dear to him, lad. Some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened and you find so much in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite the youth bears in his visage no great prestige of cruelty.
Enter Mariah.
Look where the youngest wren of mine comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourselves into stitches, follow me. Yon gull Malvolio has turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps a school in the church, I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped him to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as this. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take for it a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
Exeunt omnes. Scene tertia. Enter Sebastian and Antonio.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make no pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all the love to see you, although so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy that might befall your unravel, being skills in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. By willing love, the rather of these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make, but thanks. And thanks, and ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first you go see your lodging?
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys. I did some service of such note indeed, that were I ta'en here, I would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offence is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given his bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. And in the south suburbs, at the Elephant, is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet. Whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town, there shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
Exeunt, Scena Quarta. Enter Olivia and Maria.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more often than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He is coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He's sure possessed, madam.
What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Oh, go call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be.
Enter Malvolio.
How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho ho!
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad, lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction of the blood, this cross-goddery. But what is that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Oh, wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Oh, God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so, and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request. Yes, nightingales answer daws.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanst thou of that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Huh?
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings.
Thy yellow stockings?
And wish to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
So too, thou art made if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Enter servant. Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Exit.
Oh, ho, do you come near me now? No worse a man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue languor with arguments of state. Put thyself in the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the manner how, as a sad face, a reverend carriage, a slow tongue in the habit of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her. But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Enter Toby, Fabian, and Maria.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. Oh, here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Oh, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Oh, does she so?
Go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Ah, you and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see? You move him. Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my bawcock? How dost thou chuck?
Sir?
I biddy, come with me. What man 'tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan? Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. To pray.
My prayers, minx?
No, I'll warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I would condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a darker room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry this for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see.
Enter Sir Andrew.
More matter for a May morning.
Sir Andrew, you're muted.
Unmute.
Here is the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is that saucy?
I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps thee from the blow of it.
Thou comest to thy lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good senseless.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me.
Good.
Thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keepeth the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible for it. Comes to pass off that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off gives manhood more approbation than ever proof of itself would have earned him. Wait.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will I not deliver his letter, for the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Aguecheek a noble report of valor, drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity that will so fright them both that they will kill one another by their looks like cockatrices.
Enter Olivia and Viola.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid my honor too and chary on it. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof.
The same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, wear this jewel for me. Is my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with my honor may I give them that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Enter Toby and Fabian.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
That defense thou hast, betake that to it, of what nature thy wrongs are thou hast done. As nature is wrong thou hast done, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, beware in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake me, sir, I'm sure. No man has any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is a knight dubbed with unhatched rapier and on carpet consideration, but he is a devil in private brawl, souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can by none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Nah is his word, give or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back show you not to the house unless you undertake this with me, which with this much safety you might answer him. Therefore, on. Or strip your sword stark naked, for metal you must, that's certain, and for swear to swear iron upon you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Senior Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Exit Sir Toby.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. Oh, he is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my metal.
Exeunt. Enter Toby and Andrew.
My man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had passed with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable, and on the end, as surely as the ground they step on. They say as bid fencer to the Sulphy.
Poxons! I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on't, and I thought he'd been valiant and so cunning in fence. I'd have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. But let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here. Make a good show on it. Shall end with the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you.
Enter Fabian and Viola.
I have hit his horse to take up the quarrel. I persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants, and looks pale, as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight you for your oath's sake. Marry, he has better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth taking of. Therefore, draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing will make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Well, give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew. There's no remedy. For honor's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duel avoid it. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on.
Pray God, he keep his oath.
Enter Antonio.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet not do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Eh? If you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Enter officers.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold. Here come the officers.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up if you please.
Sir Andrew?
Yes, I'm coming. Marry will I, sir, and for that I promised you I'll be as good as my word. He'll bear you easily and reigns well.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir. Oh, first officer, that's me.
Now let me do it. No, sir, not a jot. No, sir, not a jot. I know your favor well, though you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you. But there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have shown me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, least that it makes me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more than a man than lying, vainness, babbling drunkenness, or any taint of vice. The strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves.
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of Jove, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by away.
But oh, how vile an idol proves this god. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature, shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed, but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks, overflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Exit.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true imagination, oh prove true, that I, dear brother, be now tamed for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper a couple or two of most sage saws.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass, even such. And so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if approved tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
Very dishonest, paltry boy. More a coward than a hare. his dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him, and for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Slid, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do, cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
Ay, dear lay any money, 'twill be nothing yet.
Exit. And now we want to take a brief, 5-minute pause. Is that good, Jennifer?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And we're more than halfway, so don't don't worry about that. Anybody have any questions or issues? Julie, are you there? I sometimes seem to hear some noise in the background when you were speaking sometime. I don't know. Did anybody else hear that or?
Yes.
I heard.
Yeah,
a
it
little
sounded
bit-
like a sewing machine.
It
I heard a
sounded.
little bit.
It sounded like slats being rattled. You know, something
Like-
going down slats.
You have a fan on, maybe?
Yeah, but try to close it when I speak.
Okay,
I'm hearing it right now.
right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes one of the things that you can try that we can just try right now, if you want to see if it might make a difference, is we'll be back at I guess 10:07 then. Is under the if you, I think there's a thing where you can try turning on and turning off original sound. I mean,
How do I do that?
it should be, sometimes it shows up like in the top corner. Let me see. Okay, maybe it's over by the mute button.
The little arrow?
Yeah, that little arrow.
Okay.
I think you have
Okay,
to,
what would I do?
I think you have to go to audio settings.
Ooh, I don't see that. It just says select a microphone and select a speaker.
Oh, it doesn't have.
Audio
At the very bottom.
settings
it
on the
says audio
bottom.
Settings.
Yeah.
Okay, and what would I do?
Well, I think, let's see, where is it exactly? I think in terms of, what do you have, what are you seeing in terms of the settings right now for audio?
Well, volume is more than halfway across. Microphone input level is about halfway. Volume under that is under halfway. It says it automatically adjusts the volume.
Okay, yeah, that's what I have too.
Yeah.
If you go to advanced, it says suppress persistent background noise under the advanced. I'm trying it now.
Where?
Oh yeah, she's right.
I don't see that.
Under audio, there's a little button that says advanced. After press and hold space key to temporarily unmute yourself. To the right, there should be right and below that is a little button that says advanced. And then you can have suppress, background noise.
And suppress intermittent background noise as well. And echo cancellation.
Okay.
Under
Am I
audio
coming through
settings?
better now? I just turned mine on. Does it sound better now or about the same?
I think it's, I can't really tell that much of a difference there.
Okay.
Not hearing it at the moment.
Yeah, no, maybe that is better.
Maybe it's better.
Oh, wait, no, I'm hearing it.
Hold it, I'm hearing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Computer.
it's pretty loud. So
Yeah, I put it on high.
have you found the advanced button? I mean, to get to that, are you in that under the audio
No,
settings?
I haven't found it. I
mean,
just have next to the mute button, I have select a microphone with 3 settings, select a speaker with 2 settings, and then test speaker, switch to phone audio, leave computer audio and audio settings.
Go to
Audio
audio
settings.
settings.
Yeah, you go to audio settings. And then,
Okay.
and then you'll have a lot of, and it should be audio settings in there. In that one, down in the bottom right, there should be a button that says advanced.
I don't see that. I
Okay.
don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, advanced. Suppress persistent background noise.
Yes, and suppress intermittent background noise as well.
Okay, would that be on moderate, aggressive, or disable?
I just
Disable.
aggressive.
Aggressive, I think.
Disable, that's what I have.
Oh, I'm sorry, aggressive.
Yeah.
Aggressive. Okay, I've got it.
All right. So talk a little bit. Let's see if we hear anything.
Okay. Well, it's hard to say what the problem is. I think it's the computer itself. It's having some difficulty.
I can still hear it.
Yeah.
Still hear it.
Yeah. I mean, but you're not hearing it, Julie, right?
What was that?
Are you hearing the sort of the little kind of clicking?
Oh, yes.
Rumbling? Okay.
Yeah, it's a clicking sound, yes.
Yeah. So
What is it then?
I think it's the computer itself.
Ticks like an engine.
It makes noise sometimes.
Do you have the echo cancellation on, also aggressive?
Echo cancellation, aggressive or auto?
Let's try all of them aggressive, see how that works.
I don't think it's going to cancel that.
I don't think it's going to help right now.
It's the computer itself. It's not a background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not helping right now. It just got louder out of nowhere.
Okay. All right, then yeah, just I guess go back for echo cancellation audio, and I don't know if we want to go auto or moderate. I don't know if people are hearing any difference in my things. I just changed it to auto now for all three of them. So
Well, that sounds better.
It does sound better.
Yeah.
You weren't having a problem though, were you?
Not particularly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just, well, anyways, all right. So we've spent our break on that. Sorry. And anyone, let's see. So, okay, anything before we begin again? Jennifer, anything, anybody else? I think that's better, Julie. I think it's better. Like that, you know.
Okay, great.
Thank you for
Great.
And okay, and so we have Anton. Anton and Eleanor, you both ready to begin?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so therefore, let us get on with the show. Actus quartus scena prima. Enter Sebastian and Clown.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out in faith. No, I do not know. Nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose, neither nothing that is so is so.
I prithee bid thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowst not me.
Vent my folly. He hath heard that word of some great man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I am afraid this great lubber the world will prove a cockney. I prithee now ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greeks, depart from thee. There is money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Enter Andrew, Toby, and Fabian.
No, sir. Have I met you again? There's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there.
Oh, sir, I'll throw your dagger over the house.
Then I tell my lady straight, I would not be in some of your coats for tuppence.
Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way with him, to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first, yet there's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. Your weld flesh, come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thee now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Then I must have an ounce of or two of this Malapart's blood from you.
Enter Olivia.
Oh, Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam.
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached. Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone. I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou therefore mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul from me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
Ha, what relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense, and let this sleep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Hey, come, I prithee, wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
Exeunt, Scena Secunda. Enter Maria and Clown.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topas the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student, but to be said an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter.
Enter Toby.
Joe bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink very wittily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that but that, and is but is?
To him, Sir Topas.
What ho, I say, peace in this prison.
The knave counterfeits well. Good knave.
Malvolio within.
Who calls there?
Sir Topas the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topas, good Sir Topas, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend, how vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topas, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topas, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Say'st thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topas.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clerestories toward the south-north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topas. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance. in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabitate a bird.
What thinkst thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topus, Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
And I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. Would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I am now so far in offence with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport, the upper shot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Exit.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, birdie.
Fool!
That's why is she so.
Fool, I say!
Loves another. Who calls? Ha!
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen and ink and paper, for as I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alack, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here property to me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Topus.
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. Goodbye, you good Sir Topaz. Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool, 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 I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am shan't for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well, a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am, good fool. Some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
I'll never leave a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee be go. Gone.
I'm gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to the vice, your need to sustain. Who with dagger of laugh in his rage and his wrath cries, ha ha, to the devil, like a mad lad, pare thy nails, dad. Adieu, good man, devil.
Exit. Scene tertia. Enter Sebastian.
The air, that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me I do feel concealed. And though 'tis wonder that it wraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my I sense that this may be some error, but no madness. Gets off this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance. All discourse that I rate to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle my reason and persuades me to any other trust. But that I am mad, or if the lady's mad, yet if 'twere so, she could not sway the vows to command her followers, take and get back affairs from their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I beseech she does. There's something in that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Enter Olivia and the priest.
Not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chastry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it whilst you're willing. It shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man, go of you, and having sworn truth ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Exit, Fini, actus quartus, actus quintus, scena prima. Enter Clown and Fabian.
Now,
Fabian?
Good, Master Fabian.
No. You start. Fabian,
now,
start again.
Okay. Now as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again.
Enter Duke, Viola, Curio, and Lords.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes, and the worst for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me now. My foes tell me plainly I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused, so that conclusions to be as kisses. If your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then the worse for my friends, and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me, there's gold.
But that it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, secundo, tertio is a good play, and the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good dripping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will waken it anon.
Exit, enter Antonio and officers.
The man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scathful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet. That very envy and the tongue of lost pride, fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, This is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her fraught from Candy. This is he that did the tiger board when your nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirates, thou salt water thief. What foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Also, no, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. And Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ingrateful boy there by your side from the rude seas, and ranged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did hitherto add my love without retention or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake I did expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to betake me with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and drew a 20 years removed thing, while one would wink, denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before. No interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Enter Olivia in attendance.
Count Orsino.
Yeah, yes, I must have, you must have lost me. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good my lord.
My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulst offerings hath breathed out, that ere devotion tended, what shall I do?
Even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not have a heart to do it like to the Egyptian thief? I point of death kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith in that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's sprite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I must joke and apt and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all more than e'er I shall love a wife. If I defame, you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
I me detested. How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband. Stay.
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah?
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowst thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearst.
Enter priest.
Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
The contract of eternal bound of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by entrenchment of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me, toward my grave, I have travailed but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and taker, but erect thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
Enter Sir Andrew.
Ah! Oh, the love of God, the surgeon! Send me presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
Has broke my head across, and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help! I'd rather than £40 I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew? Who has done this?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We told him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario?
Odds, my odds, lifelings! Here he is! You broke my head for nothing, and that I did, I was set upon to do by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespeak you fair and hurt you not.
Enter Toby and Clown.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Oh, here comes Sir Toby, halting. You shall hear more, but if he had not been in drink, he'd have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen, how is it with you?
A saw one has hurt me, and here's an end on it. Sought to see Dick Surgeon yet, sought?
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby, an hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue and a past he measures pain. I hate a drunken rogue.
Oh, away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
You help an asshead and a coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull.
Oh, get him to bed and let his hurt be looked on.
Enter Sebastian.
I am sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman, but it had been the brother of my blood. I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I lost thee?
Sebastian, are you...
Fear'st thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature. If here and everywhere I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured, of charity what care you to me? What countryman, what name, what parentage?
Of Methyline. Sebastian was my father, such as Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
The spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Well, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire. Do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune, do cohere and jump, that I am Viola, which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lie my maiden weeds by his gentle help, I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since has been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orb-bed continent, the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio suite, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. Oh, and yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds bells above at the stave's end, as well as a man in his case may do. Has he writ a letter to you? I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then, be well edified. When the fool delivers the madman.
Oh, now art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Prithee, read in thy right wits.
So I do, Madonna, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore, perpend, my princess, and give ear.
Okay. Read it you, sirrah. Fabian, please read it.
Fabian? Fabian.
I'll read it after all. By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
I, madam.
Say there's not much of distraction.
See him deliver, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things spur the thought on to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day she'll crown the alliance on it. So please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister. You are she.
Enter Malvolio.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same.
Madam.
How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me in the modesty of honor why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-garter to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting in an obedient hope. Why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question, 'tis Mariah's hand. And now I do methink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad. Thou camest in smiling and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Oh, prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel, nor no brawl to come taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. In hope it shall not, most freely I confess myself, and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. Here with the sportful malice that is followed, may rather pluck on laughter the revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed, they have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool. How have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude. One, Sir Topaz, sir. But that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember, madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He has been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convinced, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario come, for so you shall be while you are a man, but when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When that I was a little tiny boy, with hair, oh, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate, with hay, oh, the wind and the rain, 'gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came, alas, to wife, with hay, oh, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive. For the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came unto my beds, with hay, oh, the wind and the rain, with tossed hearts still had drunken heads. For the rain, it raineth every day. A great while ago the world began. Hey, oh, the wind and the rain, but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.
All righty. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Back
Yes.
in
Thank you,
2009.
Jennifer, for putting this together, and everybody, good job.
Thank you.
In 2009, when they did this at the Public Theater, it rained just about every day. And the audience would roar. I saw it like 8 times. 8 and 9. The audience would roar at the end of the play because of that. And it was incredible. They never rushed a bit, even when it was raining. They played in the rain. Did anybody see that production, 2009?
I have the ticket from the July 12th, 2009, stuck in my instant Shakespeare copy.
It was so
my
hard
hard
to get
copy.
in because there were so many scalpers for Anne Hathaway. Everybody wanted to see Anne Hathaway. I didn't even know who she was. The whole cast was great.
Yeah, well, it really was one of the best productions I've seen there, with Hamish Linklater as Andrew Aguecheek, and just a really, because I've seen it, they do it a lot, because it is in some ways, I think, Shakespeare's most perfect play, and that it's just so well balanced. You don't really have one major character. You got about 4 or 5 of them who all have like an equal amount of lines. It's a lovely ensemble piece, and it just sort of fits together so well. So I've seen 3 productions there, but that one was far,
outstanding. Just to get
I actually got to exchange a few words with Anne Hathaway. She didn't know till I told her that Shakespeare's wife was pronounced Anne Hathaway.
Oh, really? That either. Do you remember, just to picture this for anybody who didn't see it, the scene where Hamish Linklater played Andrew, and the scene where, I don't know if you remember this, Paul, where he shows him, can you kick higher, higher, higher? Well, they had on the set these rolling hills. It was like a cartoon. And he went and slammed right into the side of the hill and then fell down. I mean, and then jumps up again.
Was that staged on purpose or an act?
Yes, he did it every night. It was, and it worked every night. It was hilarious. It's like watching a Bugs Bunny cartoon. It's so funny.
Yeah. And
Are
Audra McDonald
there
is a-
any audience members that you might promote?
We have any?
Not remaining, no, at this point.
Were there any earlier?
It's pretty late.
Yeah, it's late. I don't know. I'm
They
not sure.
get mad at our lousy miscues. I'm so sorry, guys. You know what it was? My battery was out on my keyboard, and for some reason wasn't working. Then I replaced it. It was okay. So apologize.
I was wondering what was going on with seeing a keyboard there as you're disappearing into your background all the time.
I know, man. You got, it's like all this technology you got to keep up with. And then I went to cable today and got a new modem. And I begged him, I said, please help me to get this modem working because I had the old modem. So that wasn't it. It was that I forgot to change the batteries in the key. I have a, battery wireless keyboard, and it didn't.
There are lots of things that can go wrong, and there are lots of things sometimes where we do. I mean, one of the other things that I try and recommend is people, if you're close enough to your modem and you have like an Ethernet cable, that if you connect by an Ethernet cable rather than through Wi-Fi, you'll have more
Definitely.
connection.
Yes.
Which is why I did this, because my Ethernet wasn't working. That's why I went back to Spectrum. If anybody has an old box, and if you're having trouble with your Ethernet lately, go get a new box from cable.
Yeah,
that's probably
that's good. And I mean, I think
I was reviewing the melody for "Oh Mistress Mine," and then I wanted to get back, and the Zoom conference eluded me, so I wasn't even able to get back and sing the song that I'd been reviewing. Thank you, Toby, for.
You're welcome.
Wondering about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird because you were still there in the participants list. It wasn't like it was gone. I don't know.
Yeah, but I couldn't find the way to get back to you, or even to click the microphone to say I was having problems.
I love your gesture background. It's cute.
Thank you. I found 3 different jesters hats, which I will display for you. This one, and that one.
Oh yeah.
And that one.
Uh-huh.
Which do you like best?
Do the other one.
This one. That one.
That one.
That one is good.
I like that one a lot.
Center, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. But you changed them around during the thing, so.
Yeah, I did this one from the beginning because in the beginning, I was in bad odor with my mistress, so I had a drooping hat.
Right.
And then when I played,
Who's blowing their nose like that?
It's a cell phone, I think.
Yeah, when I was.
Well, whoever it was very annoying when it kept on going on through the performance.
When I was Sir Topaz, I had this one. These are kind of like sensors, the little bells. And I puffed myself up because I was taking revenge on Malvolio.
So trivia question: what does one change the background?
How does one change the background?
Go into the video.
When you go to besides.
Oh, there. Oh.
But you have to have something in the back to project the background on.
No, I do not have a green screen.
No.
Well, I don't think I do either, but mine works now.
Well, but I mean, I found them, I mean, that they do happen. Sometimes it depends on things like what's happening. I mean, it wasn't so much with you, Eleanor, but with Michael, where sort of parts of you would disappear into the background, especially when you had your shirt off at the end. It was doing that. And that there's certain things like I can't really do it on mine because it just disappear into it because it either
How do you get a green screen?
or a higher or a better computer.
How do you get a green screen?
You have to have a solid background behind you.
Yeah. It's called a green screen because it's a green screen, and that's like why the real danger of people wearing green in public. I mean that then people can then use it as a green screen and project almost anything onto it. As like what's happened when the Queen wore a green outfit a while ago, or when Sarah Huckabee Sanders wore a green thing. That's sort of key to be a neutral background for video stuff, so you can put other stuff on it. But yeah, Twelfth Night. I remember actually I saw Twelfth Night in the park with F. Murray Abraham as Malvolio. And it was like right around the 4th of July, and there was all of this before the 4th of July, and there was all of this construction going on outside, and they were making noise. And then in the scene when he's quieting them all, and then he says, "And you too."
That was around 86, wasn't it?
May have even been earlier than that. I know it was in the 80s, I think. So.
And Peter MacNicol was Sir Andrew.
Yes, he was. Yeah, it was. And
I didn't see that, but I read about it.
yeah. I mean, there were some really good things in it, some not so much. But anyways, well, we're getting close to. It's 5 minutes to 11. So
Thank you all.
so much. Thank you for participating. This Saturday we have Romeo and Juliet, which James Jagiello is play mastering with John Peacock and Elena Rader as the title couple. So that
Is this another one of his gender reversal productions?
No. As far as I can see, no, it is not.
Doing when?
What?
You were announcing John Peacock was doing which one when?
He's going to be Romeo, and Elena is Juliet in the Romeo and Juliet this Saturday. That Jim Jagiello will be doing, which I won't be there for because I'm going to be out in Patterson in the Great Falls, by the Great Falls, performing in the park there, in the amphitheater there. But, so I'm looking forward to actually getting out and doing some stuff. And but then next week, next Thursday, of course, we're going to start at 7 o'clock because it's Hamlet, and Jackie Margolis is play mastering it, and so that should be a lot of fun. And then next Saturday is going to be Catherine and Petruchio, which Johnny Lee Culver is play mastering, which is. And then the following week on the 1st October 1st, we're going to just have sort of like a full 7 to 9, just instant Shakespeare free-for-all, and also dealing with any Zoom issues. And you can also just like reach out to me in terms of Zoom things. There's things to do in terms of, to be aware of the things of what's happening with the sound so that we can get the best thing to do. So anything else before we go? Or
I'll just mention, just to continue, that on the 3rd I'm doing Cymbeline, so I'll be reaching out to people about that.
Right. Yes. I'm sorry. I meant to get there. I didn't quite get there. Thank you, Derek. And yes, thank you.
I definitely want to be in Cymbeline, bro.
You do or you don't? I'm sorry. What?
I do.
You do? Okay, I'll reach out to you.
Cymbeline.
Yeah, please, let's not do any sort of, reaching out about casting. It's stuff. Remember these things, so just do it via email, please. And if you need somebody's email, let me know. Okay.
Are you going to have a written schedule of all the events for October?
I'm going to soon. Yes,
okay.
I will be getting. I'm working on that because we actually in October we should be finishing up the canons for Zoom. We're doing all of it in Zoom. I mean, alas, it doesn't look like we'll be back in the libraries before the end of the year, so that we'll get to do any more there. But we did at least do some this year, and we will have done all of them on Zoom.
I have something. I wanted to say something about my own reaction to the reading tonight, and I'm glad Christine is still here because I wanted to say that was a wonderfully natural Mariah. And
thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Every time you spoke, I forgot you were acting. I just thought you were being yourself. It was wonderful.
Wow, that's the highest compliment I think an actor can get. Thank you.
Wanted to say that Derek's Malvolio cracked me up, and I'm glad my mute was on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's great.
Such a fun role.
It is the challenge of course, not being able to do things live and not being able to sort of have your audience reactions because it's Zoom can't handle like simultaneous sound very well. So, but a good job. And I guess, well, it's 11 o'clock now, so I guess we should say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Great.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you all.
Night,
Good
sweetheart,
night.
for now my needs be gone.
Yes.
Night.
Yes. And I must try and eat some dinner. And let's see. All right.
How are you?
Hey, okay, Ken, how are you doing?
Okay. I think Nasser is still here. I haven't been able to really speak with him yet.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment, please.
God, why didn't I just?
Nasser?
Yeah, right.